Hello, long time no see. Also, happy new hair and happy new video backdrop. Apparently, taking a break from making videos has been lovely, but now I was really craving to make videos again, so here we are. In this video I thought I'd share some live updates with you guys, what I've been up to and my plans for this year. And being the school teacher that I am, I'll put up today's program right here. So let's get on with it. So let's start off with the light pinkish terracotta elephant in the room. I decided to give this little music and video corner here a little makeover. I painted the walls in a warmer color and I put up the fairy forest decor yet again, because I think this looks much cozier than the instrument gallery wall I had on here before. I've been making videos for this YouTube channel for 5 years now, and in the last 2 years I have been taking a break from YouTube a few times. Making videos is a lot of fun, but it's also very time and energy consuming. I came to realize that spending time with my husband and friends is way more fulfilling than chasing the restless dream of a big online following, over which you don't have control anyway. I really appreciate anyone who is watching these videos and following this channel. But my real life is here, not there, on a screen. It took me a while to realize that violin playing and making videos is something that adds to my life. And it used to be something that I felt I needed to do, that I must do, in order to have an interesting life. And that's nuts, of course, but in the early stages of doing something new, it's quite easy to get obsessed. But now I feel like I'm in a healthy mindset to make videos and enjoy making them and not getting too carried away with it. I'd like to talk a bit more about this subject regarding mental health and how you're feeling about yourself. I think this is an important topic to talk about, and I think I'll save that for a future video. So, moving on. Next up, I want to show you guys my violin bow. And yes, you have seen this bow, but you haven't seen this bow. It is the same type of bow, but it is a different color. When I bought my bow, I bought it in a new color, which was called Polished Prismatic. It was advertised as being red and blue and to change color in the lights. And although I really like that color, most of the time it just appeared purple. And I don't really like purple, at least not anymore. As a teenager, my whole room was purple. It was a phase. The current phase is orange, rust and terracotta. But a few months later, CodaBow released a set of new colors, including this one. And this one is called Ruby Amber Prismatic. And in the light, the color changes from brown to red. And that is just way more up my alley. You might remember that I visited Tariq last summer. He is one of my subscribers and he wanted to have a CodaBow Joule as well. Long story short, he is now using my old bow because he liked that color, and I have a new one and I really like it. Moving on to the long-term dilemma of wanting to play music with other people, but having trouble finding people who match my taste in music and my quirky personality. Basically my life in a nutshell. Finding the right people is such an undertaking, at least it is for me, and there are just not that many people where I click with, you know? So every now and then I turn to Facebook to look for musicians in the area. And a few weeks ago I found a band in my hometown, only 5 minutes away. I simply asked them if I could join them. They agreed and we have been rehearsing for 2 times now, and it was fun. These are actually nice people and I really hope we can do a performance soon because it's been way too long. Besides playing in a band, I also want to play in a string quartet. I have found one other violin player in my hometown and I might have found a cello player too. So we might be a trio soon and there must be a viola player somewhere, and that would be so awesome. I really prefer playing in a small group over playing in an orchestra. Last November I joined an orchestra in a nearby town and I played with them 3 times, but then I realized it doesn't get me very excited. So I quit the orchestra. Ideally I would love to combine a string quartet and a band. Imagine a rock or metal band being accompanied by a string group. That would be so perfect. But I think that's just not going to happen, at least not in my area. Finding string players is already hard enough, but finding string players who also want to be in a band is near impossible. So me playing violin in a band and also playing violin in a string quartet might just be the ideal compromise. And then there's my instrument collection. Well, there are no instruments on this wall anymore, so you might think, where have they gone? And where is that black violin with the octave strings? That one is gone. It was a cheap student violin after all, and I just never played it. So I decided to sell it on Facebook Marketplace. So the number of violins in my collection is now back to just these two. My acoustic violin and my Yamaha electric violin. These instruments are actually good and they get played, which is kind of important. I am thinking of vamping this violin up a bit. Maybe add rhinestones or leaves, which will definitely have a video of its own, so stay tuned for that. I love trying new instruments, but when it comes to keeping them, I'm actually very much a minimalist. I only want to keep what I love and use. Funny side note, last summer I bought a mandolin with the intention of learning how to play it. 3 days later, and I realized it just wasn't my thing. Luckily, I was able to sell the mandolin on Facebook Marketplace within 15 minutes, so that was a relief. Otherwise, it would have been a waste of space, stuff and money. So I'm glad that thing is gone. Lastly, my 2 ukuleles. I keep them at school where I work. I use the concert ukulele to accompany the children when singing, and the soprano ukulele is just for fun, and the kids in my class are allowed to play on that one, and it's really cute to see. Speaking of musical instruments, I am in the process of building, or assembling I should say, my very own musical instrument. You could describe it as a violin on steroids, but it's called a hurdy-gurdy. A hurdy-gurdy is like a mechanical violin that uses a rosined wheel instead of a bow, and it has a number of strings that touch the wheel and then you get a sound. It's such a weird instrument, but the moment I discovered that it existed, I knew I wanted one. Only thing is, they are incredibly expensive. But I purchased a DIY kit, so that means I can build a very basic version of this instrument myself. Little spoiler, currently I am about halfway through, I think. I hope. I am recording my progress of building this, so it won't be long until you will see the very first hurdy-gurdy video. And lastly, some future plans. There is something really exciting going on. Soon, I'm going to open an online shop. And in that shop, I'm going to sell something that I made personally, and it's for violin players, or more specifically, it's for your violin. But that's all I'm going to say about it for now. Just wait and see. And when it's done, I will of course make a video in which I announce the opening of the shop. And I really hope that will happen somewhere between 1 or 2 months from now. So stay tuned. Other things I would like to do this year is learning how to improvise better on the violin. I have some basic knowledge about this, but I'd love to get better at it. I would also love to finally have a go at trying to write a song and making my very own backing track to go with it. It seems so daunting to me that I keep putting it off, but on the other hand, why not try it? It might not be as hard as it seems. And I mean, this channel is all about trying and learning, right? Also, it's been ages since I've made a music video. I used to make quite a few of them in my first 2 years of playing, you know, being all obsessed with my new hobby. But I really want to get back to make something again and to make it all cinematic and pretty. Yes, I definitely should make one again this year. And lastly, of course, we will have a worldwide string collab project again this year. But it must be during a school holiday, because it takes me days of editing this. So doing it in summer would be most convenient. So there's definitely coming another one. If you're still here, congrats and have yourself a lollipop. It really feels so nice to be talking to you guys again and to get back into making videos and to feel creative. Music-wise, I'm doing so much right now and I really feel like sharing it all with you again. So you can expect a load of content coming your way very soon. So thank you for watching this video and I will see you guys very soon again.